It's time for the LowcoSports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Araj.
Hey, Loco sports fans. Sorry for the late start. That's what happens when your boy doesn't get a nap. Goes straight from school to softball scrimmage to this. We push the wrong button sometimes and we have to start over. But here we are, Loco Sports Lowdown. Justin Jarrett and Max Araj for the time being. Wes will be joining us shortly. He was coming in hot and had to grab a bite to eat, but we'll be seeing him soon. And we've already got our first guest in the green room, and it's a very exciting one. We'll be talking to him real soon. Jalen Singletary. We saw him put on a show on Friday night out in Hampton County for the Hurricanes, who are now ranked number 1 in Class 2A in the new poll coming out this week. And I didn't even get around to getting my ballot together, so they didn't even get the homer bump from me. That was the rest of the state that voted them number 1 this week. So that's very cool. We're going to talk with Jalen about that and, kind of having the target on their back, which is always interesting, but they seem to want the smoke. So that's cool. We're also going to have tonight, maybe, just maybe, the newly elected Jasper County Councilman, Misa B. Trollin, aka Misa Garzone, won in a landslide tonight, and he's going to try to pop in. I got to get him the new link now that I screwed up the original link, but he also brings good tidings of joy for May River boys volleyball, which swept Bridges Prep tonight in 3 sets. So we hope to talk with Misa, the new councilman in Jasper County, and then Sam Williams. He hasn't been on in a minute, but it's football season. And he wants to come on and talk his junk. So yeah, he likes to give us his opinions and hot takes about Lowco high school football. And he rode along with me to Hampton the other night, so I'm sure he'll have some thoughts on that. He's going to try to join us if he's able as well. But how was your day, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good. Just enjoying my day off today, relaxing and catching up on what the upcoming week and Friday night looks like for the Lowco here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night. Some news coming out today from my place that we will be playing on campus Friday night at Hardyville. We'll have Whale Branch coming to Hurricane Valley, and we also will have Beaufort's own coming to Hurricane Valley to broadcast that game. So we're excited. We're excited in DeVille. It's coming up in DeVille. So Kamari Brown tapping in. That's my guy, Kamari Brown. Big game for him this week. He had a couple of touchdowns, one in punt return. Had some big plays on defense as well, contributing big time on defense. And I saw him pancake a guy on a block too. So that's my guy, Kamari. I got him sick this week, unfortunately, but he'll be good to go by Friday. He got that head cold I had, but he'll be good to go. No, we're gonna have a fun show tonight. Sounds like somebody in my house is having fun. I don't know what's going on out there. It's getting kind of chaotic. But the Loco Sports Lowdown, presented by our all-star sponsor and our original sponsor, Mickelson Law Firm, the official real estate closing attorney of Loco Sports, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, and the OG. I mean, we owe it to them that I was inspired to keep this thing going because I got a sponsor when I started it. And, the Mickelsons have been big supporters from day one, and we appreciate their continued support. They're our all-star sponsor, and they present our guest tonight, Jalen Agent Zero Singletary. What's up, man?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Not as good as you, though. You've been waiting your turn. Last year you got to have a big role on defense. You had an all-state season on defense, but I don't think a lot of people realize that you were kind of the understudy to Zion Dobson too, and that you were going to be the next man up. They found out on Friday night, 225 on 10 carries, a couple of touchdowns, a 98-yard run. I can't believe you got caught, bro. But unbelievable night for you. How exciting was it to just kind of take center stage for the Hurricanes?
Going into the game, it was good. First time playing both sides of the ball. It was hard knowing Zion leaving and me replacing him, being his backup. Being his backup last year was great. I got to see him shine, and many people didn't know I was behind him and next, and just know me as a cornerback. But Friday night was a ball. I had to play both sides of the ball. I played 40 snaps on cornerback, a lot of snaps on running back, and it was just a heck of a night. It was a competitive night, and we just turned out with a win. And I just thank the man above for it.
It was a competitive night because it was a talkative week. There was a lot of talk going both ways. You were definitely motivated by that. You wanted to go show out against Colleton. You guys put on a show to the point that the pollsters put you to number one this week. How did you guys get that news, and how'd you take it?
Um, I just take it as as far as social media and everybody talking. I just take it as confidence and boost for me to do better in the game. I don't take it as any disrespect, just for me to do better.
Right on, man. How about
Yeah.
that news that you're number one this week?
It's just a blessing. Like, I got to see everybody shine, Zion, and it's great to be in his shoes now.
Right on, man.
Yeah. You guys, obviously now number one, obviously the state knows who you guys are now, that you guys are, not messing around. You guys are here for business. And, as you guys continue the rest of the season, I mean, are there any things as a team that y'all need to work on as a whole to get, better and better as the season continues?
One thing we need to work on as a team is coming back together in practice and preparation during the week, Monday through Thursday. So Friday will be easy for us if we have preparation Monday through Thursday. And if we go fast in practice, while they tired in the fourth quarter and third quarter, we gonna be rolling and rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing I have definitely noticed about your team over the last couple of years, being around you and being around coaching staff is, they definitely have trained you guys to go 100% all the time when you're on the football field, because anything less than that doesn't work. I mean, it just doesn't work. And the buy-in that I've seen with you guys has been tremendous. I mean, it seems like everybody on the sideline is all in for the team, playing for each other. Just give us a little insight into that, because we saw it last year with the schools coming together, and we talked a lot about it. But it seems like this year the bond's even starting to go a little bit deeper, and really there's some belief that if we all follow the blueprint here, the sky's the limit.
Um, the backtrack what you said, before you can play football, you need to bond with your team. You need to become
Yep.
a family before you play football. Because a team that goes against each other get mad when you make mistakes and not coming together to make one each other better, going each other practice, sharpen one another. They always say iron sharpen iron. And at the end of the day, you fight and you talk at practice, talk trash, but you sharpen each other. It's great that you make each other better and be brothers at the end. That's what we had to do before, like, we became a team. We had to build a bond as a family, and I give praise to my coach Hannah, Coach Paul for this. We break it down on brotherhood. We preach brotherhood every day, and that's what it takes to win a state championship. It's
Yep.
not just
Brotherhood on
you
three.
can have a lot of talent, you can have speed, you can have everything. If you don't have a brotherhood, it's no use to having a football team.
That's right. You got to care
Yep.
Yep.
as much for the guy next to you as you do for yourself.
Mhm.
I mean, and there's got to be a selflessness that, there's no pouting when you're not the one who gets to shine, and all those kinds of things. But I think your coaching staff is as good as it gets when it comes to fostering that. It's just tremendous. I also wanted to ask you about your understudy, Javen Risher, the baby cat man.
Yeah,
He
that's
had quite a debut too. You guys got some serious weapons. You two in the backfield. You got Bovane streaking out of there, catching middle screens and stuff. Man, this offense is fun, isn't it? You guys are having a good time out there.
yeah. I wanted to mention Javen Risher in this live tonight. He's last year he's not the one that wants to doesn't want any other people to shine. He sat back and listened and observed everybody, and when they gave him a chance to shine, he proved what he learned. He didn't ask for reps. He gave mental reps in the backfield, and when it was his time to shine, he did it. And I was proud of him that night. And Jordan Bovane just gonna be Jordan Bovane. He's gonna do what he has to do. He's gonna do what he has to do. And it's just a shout out to my
Yeah.
team. My other slot back, Tyler Davis. You gonna hear from him real soon. He's
Mhm.
he's a good player. And it's all about, it came to us building a bond in the schoolhouse and on the field before we could shine. Like, I love shining with my brothers. That's all it's about.
Amen, man.
It
Wes,
comes back to
welcome,
this.
buddy.
It comes back to this.
Yep, brotherhood. Welcome,
Brotherhood.
Wes.
That's what it's about
As
with
you
you
can
guys.
see, we've reeled
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Agent Zero, Jalen Singletary tonight after his massive performance Friday night, 225 on 10 carries. Also had a pick on defense, by the way, where he made his mark last year. But the Hurricanes, in case
Jalen,
anybody missed the news,
yeah.
number 1 in the state in Class 2A this week.
Ooh,
Yeah,
well
get in there,
deserved
Wes.
there for the Hampton County Hurricanes. What is that? Obviously, the end goal is to be on top in December, but just tell me about how cool it is for right now to make it from number 3 to number 1 in the 2A polls.
It's all about like how we prepare in practice. Like, if we preparing for a team, we preparing every practice, every week. We're preparing for the team we play Friday, but we also preparing for December, that week, that first week in December. We're not just preparing for that team Friday. Every practice, you go hard, and you practice. Every time you do a play, you ask yourself, is this a championship rep? And you just go harder. Like, it's like you just got to push yourself into your limits. And my coaches do that. Shout out to Coach Paul. He pushed us to our limits. It's a mindset game with him. And we just preparing for December. That first week of December is our goal. It's not, everybody wants a region championship. I don't want to be that team that just make it to lower state and be satisfied with it. I'm more of a what's next type of guy. Like, I'm not satisfied with it. If we up 40 in the second half, we get back, I want more. Like, I'm not satisfied. I'm not gonna play down to my opponent just because I'm up. I'm more of a just what's next.
Right on, man. And there's only a couple steps left for you guys to take after making it to that lower state championship last year, where of course you ran into Oceanside Collegiate, which is not in your classification anymore. They're in a classification where they belong. And now you look at the 2A landscape, and it's like there for the taking. It's not going to be easy. I mean, the road goes, up through Manning and Marion and a bunch of places that are really tough to win. But there's an opportunity there for you guys, and I'm curious about like kind of the bad taste you had in your mouth after ending the season on the note you did, a really tough loss where you played your hearts out against Oceanside, and how much motivation that gave you coming into this season to, like you said, take that next step and try to play for a state championship.
Yes, sir. Just that loss did something to us, and all I could say was the accolades I had after the season, the people that noticed me, the all state, the all region, the rankings. It didn't really mean nothing to me other than if I could have won that with my brothers, with Zion, with Kayvon. Like, I built a bond with them over the season, and it didn't really matter to me if I got what I have now. I'm very thankful for it, but it would have mean more to me if they could have got what we was hoping for.
Yeah. Amen. Ellis?
Yeah. After that, tough way to end the season, you guys looked like you came into this game with like, determination, some grit, absolute
intensity.
And I think you showed everyone that, yeah, we're not missing our chance this year, and I think the rest of South Carolina knows it now after that game against Colleton County, where you guys just absolutely dominated on both sides of the ball, and I with you guys, I know it's like next man up, and I feel like it's like that with any football team. But with you guys, the next man up, they give just as much passion and as much energy as the guy before him. So, tell me, how do you guys keep that that passion and energy going throughout the season?
Back to it's like it all packs at some brotherhood. If you happy for somebody that's ahead of you, you gonna want to be where they at in their shoes, but don't be jealous of them. You're gonna wait your turn and see what they're doing. If when Zion was going in practice, he taking his reps, I'm getting middle reps. I'm taking his steps every time he goes. I'm taking his steps, his footwork. I'm with him in the off season. I'm listening to everything he has to say, because when it comes to that, you just gotta, sometimes when you become a leader, where I'm at now, a leader of my team, you just have to follow. It's a leader and a follower. Sometimes you have to be a
Yep.
follower before
Yep.
you become a
Sure.
leader.
You got to follow the leader to learn the way. I mean,
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
That's
And
how it works.
Zion was a good leader to me, and I just want everybody to want more for themselves, and I just want to be what Zion. I want to be what Zion was to me. I want to do that for Bill, for Javen Richard. Like, I just want to do what Zion did to me to him. I want to bring it down, so when I go, he can be in my shoes where I'm at right now. So
Yeah.
this is a growing team.
Yep.
It's all about brotherhood. That's the only thing it ties into. Like, you just gotta want it. Like, you just gotta be happy for your team, and when you realize it's not your play to make, you just gotta be happy for the team.
Yeah. Do your job. Play your
Yep.
role. Let everybody
If
play theirs. Trust each
everybody
other.
if
And
everybody
you
does their
know,
job, we always
Right.
gonna come out with a win.
then
Right.
then we all win.
Yep.
And you know, your opportunity will come. It will come. Like, and you have to be ready for it. And you know, sometimes kids look back and they say, "Well, I just didn't get opportunities." Yes, you did. You did. You got opportunities. Were you ready for them?
Right. Did you make the
You might
most of
not have gotten very many because you weren't ready for the ones you got, but you got opportunities. I guarantee you did. And so, no, man, you're blowing my mind in that. You're killing the game tonight, Agent Zero, Jalen Singletary,
it?
and just a junior. So the
Yeah.
recruitment really should be picking up this year. This should be a
Yep.
big year for
Sure.
you. Did you start getting a lot of DMs this weekend after that performance?
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet.
I was hoping for some, but not yet.
Maybe after tonight, we're gonna have to send this out and let people see, because I've always said nothing says more about, you know, the character a recruit than listening to the way they talk about their team and their teammates. And the way you talk about your team and your teammates, any coach who's listening is going to go, well, regardless of the talent level, that's the kind of guy I want on my team.
Mhm.
Because if we got a group of guys like that, we're going to be okay regardless of our talent level. So you know, keep on keeping on, and listening to the sermons that Hannah and Paul and Myers and those guys are preaching, because they got you guys on the right track for sure. But Allendale Fairfax on Friday, is that at your place or their place?
It's at home on Hampton
It's
County
at
High.
home. Oh man, them boys. Feel
Ooh.
sorry for them. How great is it to play in that joint?
Oh, it's great. Every opponent, like, I don't play down on any opponent. If they were 0-13, 13-0, I don't play down on any opponent. I dominate the same way I would dominate Silver Bluff or Oceanside. I play them the same as I would play them. I
Yeah,
don't. I stay on the gas every game. I wouldn't play down on an opponent just because I know we could beat them if we wanted to. You got to play like
Yep.
every game
Yep.
is like a team that you would want to, like Oceanside, like
yep,
a Georgia Bulldog team. You got to play
yeah.
every game like it's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if coach uses the same terminology, but we always say you play the game, not the opponent.
Right.
First of all, and secondly, the idea is that you go hard every single time you step in between the lines, to the point that your body doesn't know any other way to do it. Full speed is the only speed you got. And if you're playing down to your opponent or only giving what you have to give, then you're not training that. So you got to, just like you said, you got to play it 100% like you're playing the best opponent you've ever played every single play. It's the only way that you can become the best you can be. So,
Like,
man, again, you are on track. You boys got some questions for Jalen?
Yeah. Just looking at the region that you have in front of you in 2A, and with the opportunity that you have now, with the new landscape, with the realignment, kind of how are you looking and visualizing the big picture? Obviously, taking one game at a time, but the opportunity to play some new teams like Whale Branch and then some other
Uh-huh.
squads you face. So, kind of how excited are you for what's to come, and what should be a really competitive region this year in Class 2A?
um, I was excited to play new people in my region, but it doesn't really change my perspective on the game. It could be Well Branch, Edisto, Barwell. It could be anybody. I'm gonna look at every team the same. I'm gonna treat him anything the same. If he's a number one star, 5 star, I'm gonna look at him the same. Like, I just feel like you can't underestimate anybody. You got to
Yep.
treat everybody the same because like you don't know what happened. And I'm
Right.
thanking God that He gave me another year to play football with no injuries, no anything,
Yes.
Amen.
and
Yep.
I'm just happy to play the game that I love another day.
Yeah,
I
man.
got to practice
Yep.
today. Some people didn't get to practice today. I'm just happy I got to practice today, and I'm looking forward to playing in my region, something different for once since my 9th grade year and 10th. It's something different, and I don't like change, but I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play Whale Branch, and I heard Barnwell wants out for us, and I heard they want us bad. So I hope they
I
overcome.
guarantee they do. I guarantee they do. Everybody wants you bad, man. You're number one in the state right now. You got the target on your back. They are all coming for you, but you guys seem to relish that. Like you ain't shying away from a fight. So I
Yeah,
don't think
when,
you're gonna
when
be
you
afraid of that. But
become
go ahead.
yeah,
Just
when you
checking out some
become
highlights here.
I'm not trying to be better than when you become a star and you become with all these things that people like to be, it becomes a target on your back. Like
Yep.
Colleton they was targeting me. I hope you understand this. Like every play they made on me, they made sure to run them out. And I didn't say nothing. I just got back, played snap to snap, and let
Well,
my
take
I
us
said
through this move right here. Take us through this move right here. Zoop,
good block by my
zoop.
brother Jordan.
Oh,
Um,
I
it all
mean, bro, we got to see that again.
Please go back.
My man.
it
Please
all
go
it all
back.
started with my receivers. The
Yeah,
blocks
look
my
at that.
receivers
Yeah,
That's
good
made.
blocking. Yeah.
staying on their blocks, but then this cutback. Oh, they take each other out. Then they take each
Oh,
other out.
It's
Oh,
like
that was a great.
great.
That was the best tackle they hit all night right there. He drilled
yeah,
that
it's
dude.
all it's the preparations we had with the cutback drills, the stopping, moving your feet, the ladder, all that
Yep.
hard work we had in practice. It's like that's why me and Javen Richard performed the way we did. We had that running back coach. He put us through that individual time. He
Yep.
put us through he put us through a lot in the running back drills to the way we wanted to give up. But on Friday night, it felt like I wasn't even tired.
Here we go. 98 yards.
And this
98 yards.
I
Can't.
recommended this play. I recommended this play to my coach because the linebackers, I seen the linebackers flowing down. So I was like, I'm going to run 26 power and bounce it out. I just need my
Oh,
receiver to block instead of
oh,
inside block outside so I can go to the outside.
almost got home, man. 98 yards. Look at this, baby Catman
Yeah.
pulling some Catman stuff
I
right
love
here.
this. I love that kid to death.
Oh my God, Houdini.
Peace.
Yeah,
Unreal.
I said it before the game. I told Javen we prepared for this. It's nothing stopping us today.
Man, that was impressive.
Yeah,
And we got to get some love to the guys up front doing the blocking for you.
Yeah,
Starting with my
like
guy TJ. TJ
yeah,
came over and gave
shout
me
out
a
to
hug
TJ.
on the sidelines the other night. I was slimed, bro. I was slimed.
Shout out to
Just like
TJ. He's a wonderful lineman. Shout out to TJ. We got a
great
new
dancer too.
yeah, we got a new person from up in Columbia. We done build a bond with him before he even got on the line. He blocks for his brother. That's he said every week he blocks for his brothers. He's good. Like I just like the way he thinks, and whoever behind him at running back, quarterback, whoever it is, he's on the team, so that's a brother. So we
Amen.
treat anybody wherever you come from. Once you get on Hampton County, you are a brother of ours.
Amen. Buford Zone says 98 yards. Very Derrick Henry. Very demure. Oh man, stiff arming off. Yeah, that got me. That got me. I still got this cough, and it comes back when I laugh. It kills me every time I laugh. But very demure got me. All right, man. Well, we should probably let you get on with your night, but what do you do for an encore? I mean, 225 on 10 and 2 touchdowns. You also gave me I saw when you scored your first touchdown, you gave me the 1, and then you went and rang the bell. And then you came back by and you gave me the 2, and you went and rang the bell. So we're counting them up. But what are you doing for an encore this week? You got a number in mind? Or are you just going out and grinding every play, see what happens? Just add them up at the end, right?
During the week, My coach asked me today, I'm going for 300 this week. I was like, Coach, whatever the Lord allows me to run, that's what I'm going to run. He knows what I'm going to run before I run it. So I'm just doing what he's allowing me to do.
Right
Love it.
on, man.
Right on.
Well, Jalen,
I'm
terrific
excited.
stuff, man. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm excited to see what you do this year, carrying the tradition. But I mean, what did it mean to be part of that first Hampton County team and for blazing the trail for a new program? How special is it to be a part of this as you guys go from the Wayne Hampton and Estill eras to now this Hampton County era here in the Lowco?
It was very special. That team always gonna be in my heart. I love that team with a passion. I loved every single one of those. And when we first got together that before in the January, we prepared. Everybody expected us to be against each other. Estill and Hampton, the two rivalries to come together. It's not gonna work. And Coach Shannon said it the first time day, like, we can't go off what the people say about us, the narratives.
Yeah.
And from that day on, like, I made new brothers day in day. It's just before lifting weights, football is a game of brotherhood. It's more than football than people think. Football isn't just running the ball, scoring touchdown. It's a game of
It's a war.
later when I'm in college and I'm about to get drafted, I'm gonna call Javen Richard, like, he's gonna answer, like, it's a partner, a brother you gonna have for life. Like,
Yeah, man.
I still call Zion a lot. Like, it hasn't been that long, but I still talk to Zion. It's gonna be a for life bond you can call whenever you need him.
Yeah,
I still see players coming to see Coach Hannah from a few years ago, like years.
Yeah.
You got a bond for life when you play football with somebody. It isn't just about winning.
Amen. You aced it, brother. You aced it tonight, just like you aced it on Friday night, and I'm sure you'll ace it again this Friday night. Agent Zero, Jalen Singletary. It's been a pleasure, man. I've always loved talking with you on the sidelines and watching you play. And it was cool to see you show out on Friday night, and it was great to have you on tonight, man. And again, just a terrific interview. You Hampton County guys never let us down. You always impress. You always outdo yourself. So great to talk with you, man. And I'm sure we'll be talking with you very much over the next couple of years.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on the show. Y'all have a blessed night.
All right, you too, brother.
You too,
Take
man.
care. How amazing is Jalen Singletary?
Love it, man.
That's a total package. That's a total package, boys and girls.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to finding a date where I can get out for a Hampton County football game.
Yeah.
And I think I have the date set up. I think I'll have to find it. I'll let y'all know when I find it. But
yeah, you
man,
got
what
to.
a fantastic team, man.
They're gonna have a fantastic game against Bluffton, but it's at Bluffton.
Yes, I saw that.
That's gonna be
a
Donnybrook. That's homecoming in Bluffton too. That is gonna be a Donnybrook. That's the 13th of September. It's coming up quick. Two weeks. That one's gonna be fun. And then I mean, that Barnwell game, that's gonna be big. That's at home.
Yeah, that's one to look out for.
That's one that somebody will probably need to go to. Lake Marion, they should walk over them. And then they don't have but one other home game, and that's Allendale. So they got a lot of road games this year. They're going Silver Bluff, Bluffton, Hilton Head, back to back.
Silver Bluff will be a tough one. At Bluffton,
yeah, that's gonna be a battle. They got that's a good schedule.
I might look towards like October. I know they have Lake Marion coming over to Hampton County.
Yeah, they'll stomp Lake Marion though. Barnwell's
I know.
Barnwell's
but I gotta see what they bring to the table. If they stomp a team, they stomp a team. But I have a feeling they're gonna do that quite a few times this year because
are. If they stomp somebody, you got a good excuse to just peace out and go to Hurricanes and get you a Hurricane burger.
But I agree with you that Bluffton Hampton County game. Oh, that's gonna be so special to watch. Magic.
So special that I'm probably gonna stay and then drive to Charlotte the next morning for baseball because I don't think I can miss that night.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a good night. There's gonna be some good games.
I might show up for that game too. I'm not gonna lie, I might show up for that game because the only other game I was looking at for that day was Christian Academy at JP2, but they'll play again later on in the season.
They will play again later. Yeah.
So I
That's
don't
true.
need to see that game, dude. I'll be at that Bluffton Hampton County game. There's no way I'm missing that one, man.
That should
Yep,
be
it'll
a
be a good one.
good one.
Oh yeah.
Really good one. Let's shout out some more sponsors. We've got the MVP sponsors of Loco Sports. My wife, Megan Jarrett, is the official realtor of Loco Sports with Keller Williams of the Low Country. She can help you get into the real estate market or upgrade your place in the Loco. Megan Jarrett, official realtor of Loco Sports. Homegrown Home Inspections, our official home inspector. Jan Lucas and his team are the best in the biz. They'll check it out, make sure it's good to go. And if you're building a new home, you got to have the phased inspection. They'll check on it every step of the way and make sure it's built right with homegrown home inspections. And Hospice Care of the Low Country, our official hospice provider, providing hospice care, palliative care, free grief counseling, and much more. Hospice Care of the Low Country, where it's not about dying, it's about living. A couple things. Let's see what I got tonight. Let's see. There's not a whole ton going on, but we did have, as I mentioned earlier, the boys volleyball from May River got a win over Bridges. I haven't really had time to track down much of what was going on tonight. What do you boys know about? Anything interesting? I know that Misa Garzone is a
Yeah,
new
we had
Jasper County
volleyball.
councilman.
Yeah, we had a bit of volleyball, including like a round robin in May River, I believe, in Bluffton, May River, Buford. Obviously, those three teams will be in the region, but some preseason round robin matches going over there. So that's always fun to see how these squads look as we get into the meat of the season in a few weeks. So that's exciting, but things are really starting to get going. I haven't talked much cross country yet. I'm sure that
I
will
haven't really
get rolling,
seen much
soon.
happening yet. I saw May River was supposed to race in some kind of Game Changers Wetlands Adventure Relay today, and Hilton Head Prep was supposed to race somebody too, but I don't know the results of those at this time.
Yeah, I think we'll start after once we get into the new month, things really start to ramp up across the board, but still kind of getting our feet wet in terms of several of these fall sports, but a lot more to be excited about going forward and leading into the weekend. But yeah, not too much. I mentioned the volleyball round robin and a couple other Hilton and Prep JP2. I think you.
Yeah, we had a pretty good volleyball slate tonight.
Yeah.
Battery Creek girls swept Hampton County. That was on Beaufort's Own. And then, as I noted earlier, Beaufort's Own we'll have Whale Branch versus the Canes in Hurricane Valley on Friday night. They'll be at my place, and I will be there too. I'm pumped, man. We're really excited. We're going to have a pep rally on Friday. I haven't been to a pep rally in like 30 years. This is going to be cool.
Nice.
The boys are going to be fired up. We get to play on campus. We're going to have Beaufort's Own out there. Marching band making their comeback. We haven't had a marching band in 3 years. Haven't had a varsity sporting event to march at in a long time. So it's going to be really fun, man. And the kids are staying humble this week. They're really excited about how it went Friday, but they also understand the challenge ahead. And they've stayed pretty humble and expect a great game on Friday. So it's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. It's cool to be in that environment. It's
sure.
The high school, we talk a lot about how the high school football team kind of sets the tone for the year. And the vibes were much better this week after a win on Friday than they would have been the other way. So
for sure.
There's something real about that. The football team kind of sets tone. But our volleyball girls start Thursday at Bamberg. So I got a few of them in class. So we'll be rooting for them. 1A volleyball, not always the greatest. It's a little janky at times, but we're going to try to fight through it. There are a lot of Hurricanes, but not as many Eagles or Dolphins. We got too many Eagles and Dolphins. But at least our Hurricanes are different colors. We got blue Hurricanes and we got orange and green ones. See, these are my Hurricanes.
All right, makes it easier.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. So we ready for that?
Dolphins, Canes, and Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh my. I haven't really seen any of these volleyball scores yet tonight, but I'm checking on them. Misa should be in around 10 minutes to catch up with us, and we'll talk about, Jasper County, May River, soccer, whatever Misa wants to talk about.
Yeah.
And Sammy Dub may also stop by to talk some football. He was on deadline tonight, but he said if he got free, he would join us. I imagine Patrick Henry played tonight, so I imagine Stricklanders got their score up. He's on the ball. They swept Branchville 3-0.
Nice.
19, 23, 17. And Patrick Henry is now 5-4. And they got Hilton Head Prep at Hilton Head Prep on Thursday. So that's a pretty good matchup. That could be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
It would be fun. Let's see what else we got. I'm tired, y'all. It's been a long day in the Mr. Jarrett world. Here's another score that I just got. JP2 girls tennis with another big win over Carleton Prep, 9-0. So they're 2-0 with 2 wins over Carleton Prep. Alex Hahn was awarded the game ball by the team captains for an extraordinary 2-hour match, overcoming the heat for a very hard-fought win. Alex won the 6 line 7-5, 6-3 over Cooper White in a Donnybrook. So good start for JP2 tennis. So they've played the same opponent twice. So it's kind of hard to make too much out of that. Yeah. That's what I've seen so far. We mentioned yesterday the May River girls golf team's great weekend. We do have Claire Green, the champ who won a championship on Sunday, and then another one on Monday. Going to join us tomorrow night. She's booked for tomorrow night. Nice. Friend of the show, making another appearance. She's excited. She got me on text. She said, "Are there any topics I need to study up on?" And before I even had time to reply, she said, "Just kidding. Can't wait to be on the show again." I was like,
fantastic.
Max, Javon's giving you trouble about your spill. Just make a little
shirt.
spill.
Dude, my shirt's fine. What are you talking about?
Oh,
man?
That's a Puma logo. That's a Puma logo. And then I also saw, he said,
"You tripping, man.
Made you look.
Hey, you tripping, bro. That's not funny. I don't like that."
Got you.
Come on, man. I'm just trying to enjoy my
I also saw
chocolate,
some
bro.
news. I didn't get this press release, but I guess my friends at the Island News did, because I saw this was interesting. Holy Trinity had just hired a new AD in the spring, and I had talked with him, and it sounded like he had some big things going on. But then I saw today that they've hired, and this is kind of wild. I've never seen anything quite like this. They hired a former student, Ellison Hapner, as their new athletic director. And he's a 2021 graduate of Holy Trinity. He's still studying at Clemson. He's going to complete his degree in December with a bachelor's in Parks, Recreation, Tourism, and Management, with an emphasis in sport management, as well as minors in business administration and athletic leadership. And he's going to work remotely while finishing his degree as the AD, and then be on campus full time in late December. So kind of a wild story. I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild. I mean, you don't see that every day for sure. But
no, I don't either. That's crazy,
right?
That's unreal.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything quite like that. So,
I don't know how you do that though. You're gonna try to run a whole school's athletic.
I mean, they have an assistant AD who's running the on-site day-to-day operations, but I guess he'll be kind of making the big picture decisions and putting together a vision for the future, and trying to coach up his coaches. It's a big task for a young man, but it's an impressive resume that he's got too, as far as like all the concentrations that he's studying are along the lines of what you want. So be interesting to see how that experiment plays out.
Get him on the show, man.
Yeah, right.
Talk to him. That'd be great.
Pick his brain a little bit about how you gonna pull this off, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We also had Hilton Head Prep JP2 volleyball tonight. I haven't seen that score yet, but their first match was very competitive. It went 4 sets, and JP2 took the win, but took the first one, and then JP2 took the next 3.
Mhm.
So I was looking to see that result, but haven't seen it yet. We'll have to get Louise Sanders on here soon too, because they got a lot going on over at JP2. Every time I go over there, they're doing more work, and I think they may be trying to put a stadium on campus, like a football,
Ooh, really
soccer
cool.
facility on campus, I would think, because they already got baseball out of Hardyville. I figured that would be their next step,
Yeah.
and I think they are in the process of that. So we need to just get somebody from over
Nice.
there, Louise Sanders, or my buddy Case Spencer. He's the president of the Booster Club now. He might be able to join us.
I mean, you and I talked a little briefly before the show came on the air about it, and because I had thought about that pretty much the entire day. I was like, wait a second, they were supposed to be playing at home against Battery Creek on Friday. Now they're playing at Battery Creek because Cross has a game.
Yeah.
Home that Friday night, and I just wondered, as I thought through that, I was like, what's the next step for JP2? Because I know they want to build that football program to be competitive, especially at the 3A level, and eventually one day at the 4A level. But that's a ways away from now. What's the next step for them? And I had to think about it, and I really thought the next step for them to build that program was to have a field on campus.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
It's very important. And actually, I just thought about this. You could actually make a comparison with USCB. With their baseball and softball programs, and we've talked about that before. You can make the same argument there that Richard Gray Sports Complex has been great to both USCB and JP2 over the years, but
it was never intended to be a full-time solution.
To take that next step would be
solution.
To get out of Richard Gray Sports Complex and build fields on campus, and I think that's for USCB, but JP2 as well. I think for football, if you want that program to become competitive again, because there was a point where they had some competitive.
Yeah, they played for a state championship.
Yeah, back in the days with my boy Zach Doe. And I think they want. I think that's the goal. The goal is to get back to that competitiveness that they once had. And I think if they want to do that, and they want to build this football program up, because the way it is right now, they got some players on their team, but as a whole, their team's just not able to compete. I don't think fully at the 3A.
Yeah,
level.
they're
I think if you want
a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to take the next step in that program, the next step would be to get a football field on campus. Now they already have a baseball field on campus, and by the way, it's an absolutely beautiful baseball field.
It's a gem, dude. It's a gem.
It's fantastic.
It's got like Field of Dreams vibes to it. Like it's real.
And they have soccer fields on campus now as well. So
cool.
I think that's legitimately their next step is to bring a football field to the campus, have enough bleachers to support the fans. But they got
to build some parking too to be able to pull that off.
Yeah,
that's important.
And they're working on that too. That's part of the.
They are currently. I believe they are currently working on that because I've driven by a couple times over the last couple weeks.
They have a good plan for it.
Yeah.
Louise kind of showed me what the plan was one time.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So I'm excited to see what the next step is for JP2 football because I really want to see them back at that competitive level that they were once at, very early into their program's career.
I mean, you talk about a few years ago, they got to the state championship. They were a state championship contending team and got to one in 2018. Yeah. I mean, that was it's a while ago now, but it doesn't seem that long ago. But yeah, you hope that they get to that level where, and you certainly hope I think Milligan's a great coach, and I think he has the capability to do that. Just you really got to find that.
Well, and I'm not writing off this season at all either. I think
not yet.
Wolf at quarterback, they got some life. So I'm interested to see what that looks like against Creek. But I think that's an interesting game. I think Creek should be able to handle them, but I don't know.
The way that JB2 defense, I mean, me and Wes saw it against Lawrence Manning. Look, Lawrence Manning, a very young, inexperienced team, but even then, JP2 couldn't handle that.
They're a machine, though. They know what they're doing, and they do it well.
I will say this. That defense played out really well. I mean, they gave it everything they had against that Lawrence Manning team. And I can see the potential of them being a dangerous defensive team for any school. And that's why I'm looking forward to that Christian Academy game because I'm intrigued to see how that offensive firepower from Hilton Lake Christian will go up against that that defensive nature of this JP2
Well, I'm
team.
just they need to do more offensively against HHCA. I know Wolf's gotten better, but I just need to see more from them if I want to
Yeah. I'm not
Offensively, I
convinced
need to see
they're
more from them.
ready for that.
Defensively, I think they're okay right now defensively, but yeah, I agree with you, Wes. Offensively, they need to show me a little bit more, and I hope they can do that against Battery Creek. But it's going to be interesting now that it's at Battery Creek. I'm intrigued to see.
I don't think it changes that much. Still on turf. It's all about.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is on turf.
Know,
That's a good
I don't
point.
think it changes too much. Creek's not a bad football environment, but it's not like a super intimidating one either. I mean, it's a little intimidating. It's a little intimidating for the private schools.
I will say this: their concession stand at Battery Creek,
Rocks.
which I was at last Friday, was fantastic.
Rocks.
You mean JP2, right? Battery Creek. Well, you're at both. You're at both. Yeah.
He meant
battle of the concession stands between JP2 and Battery Creek right there. I mean, seriously, that's the other thing I like about JP2 football games is the atmosphere.
It's good.
The concession stands.
City Hall's good, but it would be even better on campus.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree.
But hey, fellas, we have in our midst the newest councilman-elect in Jasper County.
Yes.
Misa Betrolling Garzon.
What's
up, buddy?
What's going on? Let me clarify. I'm the Democratic nominee for the
this was the primary. I'm sorry.
Primary.
I jumped the gun. You're the Democratic nominee. You waxed them in the primary.
But I'm just
onto the general. Okay.
I'm just here to let you guys know that the Mayriver Varsity Boys volleyball team swept Bridges Prep 3-0 tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. And we had a
Thank you guys.
player.
I appreciate it.
We had a standout player.
We did. I can't see my text.
Trey McMahon was the standout player. Did you hear anything about the girls volleyball? They had a little round robin, didn't they?
No.
That got scrapped.
Who's called off?
Yeah, I was looking to see if they sent me things, but they haven't, so I have something more tomorrow.
Oh, so they did play.
We
don't have results yet.
I believe so. So I know our girls golf did win a Charleston tournament yesterday.
Good.
Invitational, and they finished second.
Claire Green will be joining us tomorrow night.
I'm just here to do my job, guys.
Nice.
Claire will be joining us tomorrow night.
I love Claire Green.
Do you want to talk about breaking news from Jasper County today? Or do you feel qualified to break any news from Jasper County today? Because you told me some breaking news from Jasper County today. Well, you told me.
Yeah, it was confirmed that. I mean, I can't confirm it yet, but you go ahead, Justin. You say it.
Well, I have confirmed through multiple sources that that Rodney Barr stepped down as AD today in Jasper County, and it's been a weird situation because he was the football coach and the AD until a few weeks ago, and then he wasn't the football coach, and now he stepped down as AD. There's an interim superintendent, so anytime you get a new boss, sometimes you don't see eye to eye, and sometimes you go, you know what, I don't think I want to work for this person, or vice versa. So won't speculate about how all that went down, but Barr has stepped aside. My understanding is we'll have interim ADs at both schools, which is, in my opinion, a much better situation. I think it's really hard to be the head coach of the head coaches for two different programs that are rivals. I don't think anyone should have been put in that position. I think it's a difficult position to be in, and thankfully, it seems like we're going to move away from that. So I think that's for the best for the kids at both places, and I think it's going to be for the best in the long run. So. There's your breaking news from Jasper County.
And right now, and right now with Hardyville finally having varsity sports, it's important for the district to decide what the best move is, for both programs.
Yeah.
Because they are region rivals. So, it's not just a matter of we're in the same
and we need a leader in the building for our
rivals.
coaches. We have a principal in the building who's a leader, but we also need an athletic director in the building who's a leader for our coaches and for our kids and for our program.
Yeah. I assume that was always going to be the plan, though, to eventually have two ADs, right?
I mean, that's not what we were told. It was, no. I mean, he was the AD for both, and we had assistant ADs for both. And
wow.
But that
so
so yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
I'm curious to see with the new with the new interim superintendent, acting superintendent right now, what they plan on doing with the interim ADs, if that's something they want to continue with having two ADs in place at each school. We know that, athletics is going to grow. We
Yeah.
saw on the football field Friday night, both teams had a great start to their season with,
Yep.
Hardyville winning on the road against Bethune-Bowman, and
Goodness.
then Ridgeland winning on the road against Eau Claire. And
No,
now I
at
think
home.
Friday, is it
Ridgeland
Hardyville
was
and
at
Whale
home.
Branch?
Ridgeland was
Oh,
at
Ridgeland's
home.
at
They
home,
won
yes.
30-6.
And then I think Friday, Hardyville plays Whale Branch. That should be an interesting
Yep.
game.
At
Whale
Hurricane
Branch being
Valley on
2A now, and
Buford's
Hardyville in 1A.
on Buford's Zone at Hurricane
So,
Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I was
oh
hearing
yeah,
that the Ridgeland
they're
game
going to
was
the
being. I heard the Ridgeland game was being moved to Thursday, but that was when I was also hearing that the Hardyville game was going to be played in Ridgeland on Friday, and that's no longer the case. So I don't know when Ridgeland's playing. I don't know who knows.
yeah. We
Um,
need to figure out who their interim ADs are and get some more clarification and communication from Jasper County. But I do have
I
a few sources in the building that are teacher now that have Lowco Sports connections. I'm gonna reach out to him and see if we need clarification on that.
yeah, I can probably get some intel in the morning, starting about 8 o'clock. Our intrepid reporter Bo Gwynn has just welcomed himself to Team Lowco with this report. May River girls volleyball lost to Bluffton in 3 sets and beat Buford in 2. So had a Donnybrook between the Sharks and the Bobcats. If you have any video, Bo, just send it over. We got the pinned link in our Facebook post with the Dropbox link. You can just send that video over. We'll get you a credit on last night in the Lowco. Putting Bo Gwynn to work. But Misa, congrats, man, on the big win in the primary. So you're on the general will be on presidential election day, huh? You're on the ballot with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
Yeah, that who saw that coming? I didn't see that coming months ago, but thank you guys. It was a historic night for us here. I think I'm the first elected nominee in Jasper County that's Latino.
Really?
So that's
Awesome.
pretty awesome. I didn't know that till
Fantastic.
tonight. That's what
About
I was told.
time. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Latinos in
So
Jasper County. It's about time they had a
yeah,
little representation.
So
About dang time.
yep. So I'm still gonna be me. So I'm hoping that in November we have another great night of results and then get to work. But for the record, I'm still coaching river soccer in the spring. Let's just put that out there
Yes.
now. That hasn't changed. I got all the OKs and green lights in every part. So I don't want speculation to start. I'm still coaching and we still gunning for a region and state championship in the spring. But yeah, I'm excited. It's something if you asked me a few months ago if I was going to do this, I would have been like, why would I even get involved in this side of the world? But as you guys know, I'm very involved behind the scenes in a lot of things, especially with our youth. So I felt that we need to have people that can actually vouch for everyone in Jasper County and
Right.
represent and do what's best for our
Important.
county as this county's growing immensely.
Yep.
So here's hoping that in November, we can get another big positive win. So you guys know I don't give up easily and I grind hard. So that's the goal for November. And
Yeah.
tonight feels great. And it's our anniversary. Shout out to my wife, happy anniversary. We celebrated our anniversary by being in the voter registration office for 2.5 hours waiting for results. So yeah, what better way than to celebrate 8 years married than by being in a building for 2.5 hours waiting for some people to see if they voted for you or not.
Yeah.
Don't recommend anybody else, but
You're the real
she's been
MVP,
very
Danielle.
supportive. So yeah, she's
She's
been
the
real
real
supportive from
MVP.
day one.
Thanks
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And be making some good baked goods, it looks like, too. She still owes me some.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get you guys some. So you guys can see for yourselves. So I'm gonna work on that, getting you guys some of her world famous pound cakes, so you guys can
There
do a
we go.
taste test live on Loco
Sounds great to
Sports.
me, man.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
man.
All right, Misa, we appreciate
deal.
you, man. Get some rest and get back to work tomorrow.
Absolutely appreciate y'all, boys. Have a good night.
Take care, buddy. Misa Garzone, the Democratic nominee for Jasper County Council.
That's
Who
awesome.
would have thought?
Good for
Oh,
him.
look at this. I got a shout out from my girl, Bree. My favorite teacher,
Yeah,
Mr.
there we go.
Justin. Hey, what's up? See you in the
I
morning,
gotta
Bree.
hit
She'll
up
come.
Hardyville High School with
She and
you one day, man.
She and Kinsey gonna come cruising through in first block like they own the place. They ain't in there till fourth block. I'll probably see them second block too. They always come around, but no, good stuff. Bo does not have any video, but the Bluffton game was entertaining with 3. Last set was 18-16. That's Donnybrook.
Wow.
So yeah, going to be a good one for region time, indeed. Varsity sponsors of Loco Sports. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits to get results. So if you need to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group, serving legal needs across Colleton, Jasper, and Hampton counties, helping us shine a light on more deserving teams and student athletes around the Loco. We're highlighting a lot of Hampton and Jasper tonight. Dr. Ambrose Cole, our official chiropractor of Loco Sports, he's at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll be getting you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor, you can find them, or you can take your skills on the mat to the next level at Reverence Wrestling Club, where they're also the official sponsor of the Loco Grind. And it's been a grind today, boys. I'm getting tired. Anything else we need to touch on real quick before we do our Loco Booster Club and send it away for the night?
Yeah, I'm pumped to see this upcoming week. We mentioned it. I mentioned yesterday, but Buford High up against Greenwood is going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait to see the Eagles for the first time and what Bryce Lybrand's squad has at home. I mean, I'm just really impressed with the way they were able to compete against Fort Dorchester. Always a difficult squad. I thought this was the most competitive game that they've played against Fort D. They were close last year. There were a couple of tough, sequences, a couple tough calls in that game, but I just think they're looking a little better than they did at that point. So I'm pumped to see them in action in a few days over at Ladies Island. That's always a ton of fun to see Buford at home in front of that crowd. We mentioned Whale Branch at Hardyville, Bethesda Academy, Hilton Christian Academy. That one could be interesting, but HHCA going off another, for first win of the season, looking to make it to 2 in a row. Back at the cage, always a tremendous crowd to catch those bowl games. And I think Hilton Christian Academy will continue what they did last week. But and the other thing is, I mentioned it earlier, but how fun was that Friday night to be a part of this new kind of football
fun.
show? Yeah,
it was a little chaotic on my end because I was doing it at Hurricanes, which is a little out of my comfort zone. Just a little chaotic for like a first time deal, but it went pretty well, I thought, and going to be better and better. I thought it was really fun. I loved like getting updates in real time and giving it out.
Yeah.
I think Sam was sitting across from me in the booth at Hurricanes, and he was watching, and he thought it was cool. So that told me something, So I think it was a good idea, and I think it will be even better executed as we continue. And it's going to be really fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it was cool.
Yeah,
Marcus gives us the vote of confidence. We'll get him in the mix real soon. But the only thing that's tough is I got to leave the game pretty early to go fire it up. So I may fire it up from the press box at Hurricane Valley on Friday night if I can swing it and go live up there. But we'll be pushing a lot of bandwidth, and we don't get a great signal out there. So I don't know. With Javon and them there, it might be a little sketch. We'll see how it goes. I can always pop over to the McDonald's across the street where I steal Wi-Fi at planning period to send in my segments.
I mean, I'm also a little worried because I'm going to be out in Walterboro on Friday. I don't know how that's going to go for me.
You might have to, that'll be a little tricky. But we'll do our best.
We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. It's gonna get better as each week goes on. I think the concept.
I imagine somebody from Carleton Prep probably open up their house to you if you just ask. Yes, I'm reminded that we don't call it Hurricane Valley. Well, Hurricane Valley is the side of the school, but the fallout shelter is what he wants.
I like that. That's a cool name. I like that.
He says that Hampton County stole the I from us. I don't think that's true. I think they call it the fallout shelter.
We got some voice talking some.
Well, that's my guy Kamari. That's my guy Kamari. He's got a lot to say. He's got a lot to say. In fact, I'll tell Kamari through this, but I'll tell him again tomorrow. Our friend Tristan Roberts from Beaufort's Own, who, he's a Whale Branch student, but he plays it straight. He'll be calling the game on Friday night, and he's got his own little channel. He's going to do some interviews tomorrow night. He wants to get some of the Hardyville boys on for interviews. So I'll be lining it up as the de facto SID for the Canes. I'll be lining up some interviews. So we'll drop the link for that if we're able, and let you know where you can watch Tristan's interview with the guys about the football game. So that'd be cool. And we'll also make sure that we know whether Ridgeland is playing on Thursday, because if they are, then somebody got to go check that out. Somebody got to go check that out. Yeah, Kamari's down. I knew Kamari would be down for the interview. He loves the camera. Loco Booster Club, Court Lifestyle Pros, Daniel and Debbie Court are Loco natives. They're with Charter One Realty, and they want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations has promotional items and custom apparel, including all the Loco swag. I'll drop the link in the comments if you want to get yourself some Loco swag. Got hats, shirts, all kinds of cool stuff. Sling packs. I kind of want a sling pack. It's pretty cool. Jay's Barbershop, place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. Go downtown for a conversation with the fellas and come out looking stylish at Jay's Barbershop. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country will get your floors so clean your feet will thank you, whether you're a business, a residential, whatever. They get those floors clean, everything but dirt floors. They can't do those. Hudson Seafood House on the docks, great place for sunsets, for brunch, for cocktails, for seafood. They got that oyster po' boy Andrew's Way, I'm told, is the way to go. And here's some fun news. Millie Carmine's, daughter of Hudson's, now on my rec softball team, the Alphas. So the girls picked the Alphas this year. That's what we're called. Nice. Hudson Seafood House on the docks. They present Under the Bus. We got a new episode that is ready to go. I'll get that up and running tonight or tomorrow if you want to check it out. And finally, Hurricane Sports Cafe out in Hampton, place to be. They took good care of us on Friday night, and always enjoy going over there. Great food, great people, and the place to be in Hampton County on Friday nights. And I think they do like a call-in show with Coach Hannah now, maybe on Monday nights. So that's pretty cool. We gotta figure out where we can view that. That looks cool. So fellas, those are our Loco Booster Club. Any parting thoughts for the folks before we call it a night?
What?
Yeah. I have a couple that I saw just scrolling through, but I will. Here's a good one. It's a time of year, week before football season, where everyone's gathering around to have their fantasy football drafts, and you see some of that even in the major leagues, where it's a great camaraderie moments between Major League ball players. And so before the Arizona Diamondbacks played the New York Mets today, the manager of the Diamondbacks talked about how batting practice at Fenway Park helped determine the draft order for the team's fantasy draft. So they find out, they come up, and then I believe the Phillies did, where they had like a golfing. I saw they had golfing, like a close to the pin golfing competition to determine that draft order. So I think it's kind of funny. It's the players bond through that. So that's kind of a fun thing that they do over at the major league level as they get to that time of year. It's funny. But yeah, they were over at Fenway. We talked about what happened with the Red Sox last night.
Yeah.
The first time we ever saw one player play for two teams in one game, and Danny Jansen. That was just really cool because, like I said, you never know what can happen in the game of baseball. But I mean, it's getting to the point where we get to talk about not just the high school standouts, but also the college standouts from the high school area. And I'm looking forward to covering all of them and to seeing kind of where they are throughout the season and just keep tabs on all of them because there are a ton throughout, not just South Carolina, but the state in general. Jalen Sneed getting ready for a big year, among others. So I think you did some work on making a spreadsheet that shows us the info on that. So I will. I'm sure you shared it with me and I missed it.
I'll make sure I have that shared with you. But yes, I do have a spreadsheet and a list of rosters that we need to double back and check for Lowco guys. It's pretty in depth.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's fun just to keep tabs on everybody, and because it's easy to overlook or miss somebody because there are a ton of former Lowco stars doing it repping the Lowco at the next level. So make sure to, and I'd love to have like a Lowco road trip at some point. I know it's a lot after it's Friday night. It's difficult to get back on the road, but I'd love to do it sometime if it's possible.
I know it kind of needs to be like a SC State against, like Citadel or Charleston Southern or someplace that has a few guys, or if we got a D2. If you got a D2 of like Anderson against Newberry or something like that, you could get a Lowco road trip.
I will say this: Charleston Southern opens up their season against the Citadel.
Yeah, Low Country Bowl.
Yeah, man. I like the name of it. It's cool. I like
Low Country Bowl.
That's fun. That's fun.
I like it. The Low Country Bowl.
Yeah, I do have something to put to the table today. Today was cut day for the NFL, so for them to cut down to their 53-man rosters. And there's some interesting names, some very notable cuts throughout the NFL. One of them I saw was Sam Hartman, quarterback for the Commanders. Yeah, he was cut today.
That was surprising.
Yeah, here's another one.
I'd be surprised if somebody doesn't pick him up.
Oh, someone's going to pick him, no doubt. He's a good quarterback. I think he's going to be.
He's at least got potential to develop into one. Yeah. He's got to be a good scout team guy at least.
One of the other names I was looking down the names of players. One of them was former Clemson wide receiver Justin Ross was cut by the Chiefs today.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
I was.
Chiefs have a lot of wide receivers.
I'm not shocked by that.
Yeah,
I'm not shocked by that. But the other one was Kadarius Toney was also cut. Yeah,
well that I feel like a lot of Chiefs fans might be a little happy with that because there are fans that had a lot of words for Toney throughout that year. I'll tell you, I remember from last season. So. The Chiefs have a good complement of wideouts, and that offense should be lethal again this year. You can be spoiled, although maybe the division gets a little interesting. Although the Chargers, I'm still not sold on them. I'm not. I don't think the Raiders
ain't got nothing.
Yeah. So I do think I do think Kansas City's probably will be in charge. In I almost said region, but in that division, as much as
see if we can get us another little jar of confetti next year.
Yeah, right. I like how the Kansas City Chiefs are looking this year. I will say this: I like my Falcons the way they're looking this year. Man, they have put together a team this year, and I'm kind of excited for them this year. The other team I'm intrigued to keep an eye on is the Green Bay Packers. And, how Jordan Love performed in the playoffs, I'm intrigued to see how this next season will go for the Green Bay Packers. Detroit Lions, man,
they're a ton of fun.
Yep. If there's anybody who could beat the Kansas City Chiefs right now, for me, the one clear and obvious team for me is the Detroit Lions. I think that team
I wish Carolina could have gotten a Penei Sewell, the offensive lineman. He's a beast.
Yeah.
It's crazy when Detroit gets them over Carolina. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm excited for the NFL season to begin. I'm also excited because really the first Saturday of college football is this coming Saturday.
Yeah,
it's
a fantastic weekend because not only do we have the start of college football, the U.S. Open is also underway, which is probably my favorite tennis tournament of the year. I like Wimbledon, but the reason I like the U.S. Open more is because all the games are in prime time all the matches are prime time.
True.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the time zone matters.
True.
The tour championship too, right?
Yeah,
Is
I think
that
Tour
and
championship?
PGA
Yeah,
Tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
is.
believe so. I think
I
they
think
wrapped
so,
up
Yeah.
like Labor Day weekend. So yeah.
Yeah, I think this is
mean,
it.
And there's some notable college football games coming up on Saturday, including the one I think everyone's
Oh, the
going to be
big
paying
one,
attention to down
well, especially here in South
Georgia
Carolina.
Clemson. Yeah, Georgia Clemson.
Now, why is that a noon kickoff and not a primetime game?
That is
Like
a
that-
great question, and
yeah.
I've been
That
asking that
sucks.
the entire time because I
That
have
really
to
sucks
work.
because
I have to
I
work
got
on
softball
Saturday.
practices. I got softball practice at 11:45.
I have to
I-
work on
I
Saturday.
don't
Why are
understand
you
why that's
doing
not a
this to me?
primetime game.
I have to record
Yeah.
that game, man.
That's
annoying.
trash. That should be
One of the
a
other games I
primetime
saw
game.
that was very interesting to open up the season is, I believe, Notre Dame's opening up at Texas A&M to open up the season. I am intrigued by that game. I'm ready to see how Jalen Sneed and that Notre Dame defense gets to work. There was another one. I'll have to look at the opening games, but there's quite a few interesting games outside of that Georgia Clemson game.
You guys want me
Miami
to blow
against
your
Florida.
mind?
Miami against Florida.
Oh, that's always fun.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you want me to blow your mind from my my spreadsheet of Lowco college football players?
Please do.
You'll never believe this dude is still college eligible, but Jeffrey Smith is still playing at Georgia Southern. He's a 6th year.
Wow.
He's a 6th year. He's still playing at Georgia
senior.
Southern.
Well, what's his name? What's his name for the quarterback for Utah? He's in his 7th year at the college level. What's his name?
Yeah, Jeffrey
can't
Smith
think of it.
still playing. That dude was like a senior when we started this thing, and he's still playing college football. That's great. It's amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's
Crazy
some games to open up on Thursday.
I'm a professional college football player.
There is a couple notable games to open up on Thursday. We have North Dakota State at Colorado. That could be interesting.
That could be fun if North Dakota State beats Dion. That could be fun.
North Carolina
Bowl.
Yeah, North Carolina's opening up their season at Minnesota, and then you get to Saturday. You got Clemson, Georgia. You got what's the other one I'm looking for? There's LSU was playing someone. Who are LSU playing? I'll find it here. You got that Miami Florida game. That should be a good one.
That's a good one.
Let's see here.
Obviously,
Sunday.
USC.
Sunday.
Sunday night.
LSU.
Sunday night. LSU against USC.
Florida State's going to look to get back on track with their game on Monday against Boston College. How crazy is it that they lost to Georgia?
It's the greatest. It's the greatest. They cried and whined the whole offseason about how they got hosed and they're too good for the ACC. And they're going
How funny was that?
And everything else. And then you go get beat by the Ramblin' Wreck.
When you're
Speaking of which, here's a Lowco connection. Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech, assistant coach, Byron Gerardo, Colleton County alum.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Dude, let me just say this. When you're born and raised here in South Carolina, you have the choice of either being a Clemson fan or a South Carolina fan. That's if your parents didn't go to either one of those two schools. I grew up a Clemson fan my entire life. I absolutely love when Florida State loses to Georgia Tech because this isn't the first time Georgia Tech has upset Florida State, and it is literally the best feeling on planet Earth. I'm like, you guys got DJU. Good luck with that one, man. Because he didn't do nothing for Clemson. He's not doing anything.
Did you see his average passing distance downfield was
like
negative? Negative.
Yeah.
They threw it behind the line more than they threw it past the line.
Like everybody was like so high on him because he had a good season at Oregon State. I was like, dude, he's not doing anything. Let's just be honest. They put Florida State to start off the season at 10th, I think, either 10th or 13th. They have now dropped to 16th. They've dropped to 16th, and I honestly think Clemson might be the favorites to win the ACC right now.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
I don't know. North Carolina State's going to be sneaky good this year.
I'll say this. If Clemson can find a way to hang with Georgia, if they can find a way to make that score interesting against Georgia, it will show me that Clemson's ready to become a name again for the college
Yeah.
football playoffs.
I'd like to see
Mm.
Virginia Tech get back in the mix too. It's fun when
Yeah,
they're
I do
good.
too. Because I think
They
have
got
a strong
X.
team this year.
Yeah.
They got Xavier Chaplin.
Yeah, people think that Virginia Tech's a team to keep an eye on. They're like a very sneaky team,
Mhm.
and
I think they
like
are.
you said, North Carolina State is as well.
Yeah.
And they have a Coastal Carolina quarterback. What's his name? Grayson McCall.
Grayson McCall.
Mm.
Yeah. And they
he's
like their
very good.
receivers. I'm basing this off the assessment of BJ Barham of American Aquarium, the front man for American Aquarium, who is the biggest Wolfpack fan I know, the second biggest being Butch Mullis. But BJ Barham said he's really excited about this year's receivers. And they got Grayson McCall. So that should be a good combination.
Ooh. Yeah.
Don't sleep
Sure.
on the pack. When the Wolves are hungry, the Wolves will eat.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right,
By the
boys.
way,
Well,
Furman
yeah.
opens up at Ole Miss.
Oh boy, tough one.
Well, they're getting a good paycheck. I hope
Yep,
they
they
have a
got
nice
the
meal. I hope they
classic
have a
pie
nice
game.
meal while down there.
Hey, Furman's no team to joke about, dude. They've been a really competitive team at the FCS level. Hey, you never know.
Yeah, but they go into the SEC.
You never know. Ole
It's a
Miss
little
has
bit-
lost to FCS teams before. You never know.
That's a
It's
great
football.
question.
Anything
What do y'all
can happen.
think about? We'll talk more about that on Thursday night. for
We're
sure, but
going to talk about that. I'm going to be
that's
at that
gonna be a
game
good
on
one.
Friday.
That's
I'm going
gonna
to
be
be
a
at that
good
game.
one.
We will definitely be talking about that.
I think I got Hayward, but I ain't sleeping on Colleton. That's gonna be a bunch of tough dudes playing football against each other.
Yeah.
Go
The
hard.
corn-fed boys going
Yeah,
at it.
you're gonna enjoy a good old skis at Donnybrook in Walterboro on
yeah.
Friday. But hey, boys, I'm tired. Tomorrow's coming fast, so let's call it a night. You'll have to tune in on Thursday night for Lowco Pigskin Preview if you want to see our picks for the Thomas Hayward Colleton prep game. But that'll do it for tonight. Thanks so much to Jalen Singletary, who once again was aces tonight. Agent Zero nailed the assignment. Terrific interview. Look forward to many more with him over the next couple of years. Thanks to Misa Garzon for jumping on and for everything he does. Proud of that guy stepping up to support his community and run for office, and excited that he's moving on to the next stage. And thanks to all of our sponsors who make it all possible, as well as all of you who show up to listen or watch. And once again, another great night in the comments. We had a lot of interactivity tonight. We love to see it. It'll be 9:30 p.m. on every night this week. 9:30 p.m. Lowco Pigskin Preview will come after we do the headlines. We'll call it the Lowdown on Thursday, but the second half, probably the last 3/4 of it, will be Lowco Pigskin Preview, getting ready for Friday night. So join us then. Join us tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. We got Claire Green booked. We'll try to find some more people to come by and talk local sports with us. But thanks to everybody who supports it. Thanks to everybody who watches. And for Wes Kerr and Max Araj, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until tomorrow, go Lowco.
The Lowco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.